Hello students, welcome to today's session. Our today's session it is related to class 8 subject science. Our chapter is 9, that is reproduction in animals, and it is part 2. First part we have studied in the previous video. So here we begin. So in reproduction in animals, in the previous video we have studied about fertilization. What fertilization is? It is the fusion of sperm with egg. So that process it is called as fertilization. And the result of formation of fertilized egg, it is zygote, that we have studied in the previous video. Now fertilization, it may be internal or external. Internal fertilization, it takes place inside the body of female. It is called internal fertilization. For example, it is in humans, dogs, cows, birds, etc. And when we talk about the external fertilization, it takes place outside the body of female. So it is called as external fertilization, and it is very common in aquatic animals. Regarding frog, I have explained to you. Okay, now today we will discuss about development of embryo. So after fertilization result in the formation of zygote, which begin to develop into an embryo. Okay, so just see the diagram here given in your book, also here in the screen. Just see the embryo, embedding embryo. It is the uterus, ovary, ovulation is begin here, and zygote is there. Then developing embryo, that process also showing to you, that is the wall of the uterus, and this is also shown to you. So the zygote, it divides repeatedly to give rise to the balls of cell. So this zygote, initially it is a one cell, and then it divides, continuously it divides, and it gives rise to the cells. The cells then begins to form a group and develop into different tissues and organs of the body. Then these cells, they develop, they begin to form different groups, different tissues, different structures, and this is known as embryo. This developing structure, it is known as embryo. So the embryo, it gets embedded in the wall of the uterus for further development. Okay, just see here, it is shown here. It embedded in the wall of the uterus, and further it develops. So the embryo continues to develop in the uterus, there only it develops, and it gradually develops the body, such as hands, legs, head, eyes, ears, all the parts it develops. So the stage of the embryo in which all the body parts can be identified, it is called as fetus. Okay, the just see the diagram here, fetus in the uterus, it is shown here. So it is the fetus in the uterus, and just see the different parts, they are all also visible to you, the ears, the eyes, nose, hands, leg. So all the parts, they can be identified, and they develop in the fetus only. When the development of the fetus is complete, the mother gives birth to the baby. Okay, the mother gives birth to the baby when the development, process of development of the fetus, it is complete. So internal fertilization take place in hens also, but do the hen give birth to the babies? No, na. So here we find it out. So soon after fertilization, the zygote develop repeatedly and travel down the oviduct. As it travel down, many protective layers are formed around it. So many layers are formed around it. The hard shell that you see in the hen's egg is one of such protective layer. Okay, the hard shell, you are seeing the hard shell outside the egg. So that is the protective layer which is formed around it. Okay, so after the hard shell is formed, what happens? Around the developing embryo, the hen finally lays the egg. Okay, and the embryo takes about 3 weeks to develop into a chick. Okay, after the hen lays egg, after it takes 3 weeks. So you must have seen the hen sitting on the eggs to provide sufficient warmth. Do you know the development of the chick take place inside the egg shell during this process, during this time period? So after the chick is completely developed, what happened? The outer shell, the hard shell, it burst and it opened and the chick comes out of it. So in the animals which undergoes external fertilization, development of the embryo take place outside the body of the female. In that, the embryo continues to grow within their egg covering. Within their egg covering they grow. So after the embryo develop, the egg hatch. You must have also seen the numerous tadpoles swimming in the ponds and the streams, etc. So here we will study about the viviparous and oviparous animals. Okay, animals are of two types, the viviparous animals and the oviparous animals. So we know about that some animals they give birth to the young ones, while some animals they lay eggs. Okay, and which later develop into the young ones. So that is the difference. So the animals which gives birth to the young ones, they are called as viviparous. So those animals they lay eggs, and which give birth to young ones, they are called as viviparous. And those animals which lay eggs, they are called as oviparous animals. So the following activity, one of the activity given to you regarding the viviparous and oviparous. So just here, viviparous, the animals such as lion, dog, elephant, cat, etc., which give birth to the young ones, they are viviparous. They are the example of the viviparous. And oviparous, such as the animals, lizards, butterfly, crow, hen, which lay eggs that hatch and give rise to the young ones, they are called as oviparous. So that is the difference between, and they are the example for that. Now see, the eggs of a few animals are easy to collect because their mother lay them outside their bodies. These animals from which you have collected the eggs are the example of oviparous. But you will not able to collect the eggs of the dog, cow, cat. Because why? Because they do not lay eggs. Okay, the mother gives birth to the young ones. So these are the example of viviparous. That is the difference between these two, viviparous and oviparous. Okay. Now see. So some examples I have given you regarding viviparous and oviparous. Now, once young ones is there, how it convert into the adults, regarding that process we will discuss here. So the new individual which born or hatch from the eggs continue to grow till they become adult. Okay, the new individual which born or hatch from the eggs, they continue grow, and after that they become the adult. In some animals, the young one may look very different from the adult. Okay, you have seen the life cycle of the silkworm in class 7. So that look quite different. The egg, then larva, then caterpillar, pupa, then adult. So then you can compare it with the butterfly, that is the silkworm. But initially you can't compare it. So different stages are there in the frog itself. We find that there are three distinct stages: first egg, then tadpole, and then adults. Okay, now see here the eggs, then the early tadpole, the late tadpole, then adult frog. So just see the difference, they are quite different. Okay, from the adult frog, they are quite different. So can you imagine these tadpole would someday they become frog? So similarly, the caterpillar or the pupa of the silkworm, they look different from the adult moth. But features that are present in the adult are not found in these young ones. What happens when they become adults? Then they occupy those features. So you must have seen a beautiful moth emerging out of the cocoon. In the case tadpoles, they transform into the adults. They capable of jumping, they capable of swimming. So the transformation of larva into an adult, okay, though the drastic change, that process it is called as metamorphosis. Okay, metamorphosis. So what about the changes that we observe in our body as we grow? So we are also undergoing that process. So in the human beings, body parts similar to those they are present in the adult and similar to we are having in the time of our birth. Parts are similar, only they grow in the size and shape. Okay, hands are fingers are 5 only, but they grow. 2 hands are there, they grow. Okay, we are similar, our young ones are similar to us, but when they become adults, just their size and shape, size, it change. Okay, now so these all things are regarding to the sexual reproduction. Now this see the summary also, life cycle of animal. This will be quite easier for you to understand rest of the process. Now see, we will discuss about asexual reproduction. So far we have heard about the sexual reproduction. Now asexual reproduction is there, how it begins. So just see the asexual reproduction. So just see budding in hydra shown to you. So what happens regarding the budding? Asexual reproduction, you have studied in the 7th class also, the budding, the binary fission. So what happens in hydra? There may be one or more bulges. So these bulges, they develop into new individual and they are called as buds. So recall the process of buds in the yeast also. So in hydra, two, what happens similar to a yeast, the new individual as outgrowth from the single parents. So this type of reproduction which only a single parent is involved, it is known as asexual reproduction. So since new individual develop from the birds in hydra, so this type of asexual reproduction, it is known as budding. Okay, just see budding, a new bird develop, then it grows up in develop. So number of birds is develop and then it grows to the new individual. So this process, in case of asexual production like hydra, what happens? A bulge is developed, then this bird develop into the adult hydra like this structure, which when gets separated from the parents, the hydra lead the independent life. So a bird is there, it grows, then it develops into the adult and then it live as a separate life. So this is budding, a part of asexual reproduction. Now just see this example of binary fission in amoeba. What happens in it? Just recall, it is also a single cell. What happens? It begins the process of reproduction by the division of nucleus. The nucleus, it divides into two nucleus. Okay, two nuclei. So it followed by the division of its body into two parts. Again, each part it follow the division and receive the new nucleus. Finally, from the one parent amoeba, we are getting two amoebas. Okay, just see the nucleus, then it is going to divide to different and then it developed. Okay, so finally two amoeba are produced from a parent amoeba. So this type of asexual reproduction, it is known as binary fission. What it is known as? Binary fission. So apart from budding and binary fission, there are other methods also regarding by which young ones can be grow from the single parent. So in the higher classes we will study about it. Okay, now see our story is given to here regarding the story of Dolly the clone. First of all, we will study what cloning is. So cloning is, it is the production of exact copy of a cell. Okay, by any living part or complete organism, what we are doing, we are producing an exact copy. So cloning of an animal was successfully performed for the first time by Land Wilmot and his colleagues, where in Rochlin Institute in Edinburgh, Scotland. So they cloned successfully a sheep and named it as Dolly. So Dolly was born on 5 July 1996 and was the first mammal to be cloned. Okay, Dolly was cloned. It was first mammal that was to be cloned. So what happens during the process of cloning? Dolly, a cell was collected from the mammary gland of a female fin Dorset sheep and simultaneously an egg was obtained from a Scottish blackfish Eve. So the nucleus was removed from the egg. From the egg, nucleus was removed. Then what happens? the nucleus of the mammary gland of the fin dorsate shape, it was inserted into the egg of the Scottish blackface eel. From Scottish blackface eel, what happens? That nucleus is removed, and the nucleus of this fin dorsate shape, it was placed there. After it, what happens? The egg thus produced was implanted into the Scottish blackface eel. So development of this egg followed normally, and what happens? Finally, the dolly was born. Though dolly was given birth by the Scottish blackface eel, but it was found to be absolutely identical to the fin dorsate shape, which was the nucleus, from which the nucleus was taken. So dolly was same as, clone as fin dorsate shape, from which the nucleus has been taken. You have to remind this activity, from which nucleus has been taken. So since the nucleus from the egg of the Scottish blackface eel was removed, so dolly did not show any character of the Scottish blackface eel. Dolly was a healthy clone of the fin dorsate sheep and produced several offspring of her through the normal sexual means. So unfortunately, on Feb 14, 2003, due to the certain lung disease, the dolly was died. Since dolly, several attempts has been made to produce cloned animal. However, many die before birth or die soon after birth. So the cloned animal many a time found to be born with the several abnormalities. Okay, so what is cloning? Cloning is the production of exact copy of a cell, any living part, or from the complete organism. So for example, production of dolly sheep by the Land Wilmot and his colleague in Edinburgh, Scotland. So cloning, what cloning is? It is the artificial method invented by a man to produce organisms without sexual or asexual reproduction. Okay, so these are regarding the reproduction in animals, and here we studied about the sexual as well as the asexual reproduction. So thank you.